Ah, huge wire in the way. Hold on. There we go. So, the physics in this game were very refined compared to the ones that came before then. I actually found this one easier to pick up and play, although, much like with other stuff, Mario 3 started out as a rental. Let's see here. It's just funny, though, over the years, seeing these Let's Players out there. I think the color of the sky's a little off. It's interesting over the years seeing these Let's Players out there that have tried to play this with emulators, and you can tell they're playing with a keyboard. You don't want to play this game with a keyboard, no matter how good you can get those keys. You know, it's just something different between using your thumbs and using your fingers. Oops. Yeah, that's right, the start button actually works. It's nice, though. I thought the last time I looked at older games, I saw retro as a category. It's nice that, you know, the Mario games, the original Mario games, are actually listed in there. Why do I keep doing that? Not like you have to press start to advance the stage. I think, though, it was weird playing this game on Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo, because Super Mario World was out, but this was the older game that had the more crude mechanics. So there were some things introduced in Super Mario World that weren't present in Mario 3. So to play a 16-bit version of this, it was a little uncanny valley at the time versus the original NES one. But there were continues, and once you had everything all cleared out, you could actually select the stage. Is he doing what I think he's doing? Yeah, probably. Not that. Fortunately, I know there is a leaf down there at the end. Alright. Of course, why not? I think I saw this in a Nintendo Power, and then I just got the whistles and didn't full clear the game. I don't think I actually full cleared this game until Mario All-Stars, because you could save your progress and come back. By the time games were getting this big, it made more sense to just be able to not have to get through everything in one sitting. And it was painfully obvious by the end of the Super Nintendo era. I had Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I rented it from a grocery store, weird as that might sound, one night. The save battery was dead. And this is a game that I wanted to beat for so long that I didn't have and stuff on the on the Super Nintendo. So I played through all of Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island in one sitting. I was up most of the night. Yeah, it was annoying, and I had a hard time beating Bowser at the end. But, yeah, all that because the game didn't have a save battery that worked. Yeah. That was from a cheesy grocery store anyways, though. Kinda sad, though, when you're talking late 90s and a Super Nintendo game has a non-functioning save battery. Almost makes you wonder if it was just defective. Yeah, the tanks, baby. I'm probably so much more familiar with World 8 than the entire rest of the game from trying to figure out how to beat this when it first came out. Seen both versions of it, too, with the little dialogue changes with Toad and stuff like that. Oops. Yeah, stay over there. So you go to all the trouble and you don't have like a boom boom or something for the boss. Just a boomerang brother. A little underwhelming. But it's World 8. Now, the battleships. Let's have some fun. Beginning with the power-up that you can't get most of the time. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Oh, come on now. Hey, perfectly valid. Mario the submarine. Gee, how come I wore out the A button on one of my NES controllers back in the day? Hey, if it's an auto-scrolling stage, why not? And this is why turbo controllers were invented. Okay, this is starting to hurt now. There. And a proper boom boom fight. All I have is 1 star in inventory. I should have gone to Toad's house before using the flutes. There's an RNG element to that, so... Oh, boy. It's quite alright, though, because I do want to get a raccoon tail before heading off to the faster airships. Those used to annoy the heck out of me back when I was first getting into this game. Matter of fact, it's probably advisable to do all these mini stages and get those. Yep. Let's do that. Oh, yeah, uh-huh. I think that's the only other time you actually run into the Fire Brothers in the game, besides that spot in World 2. And the Hammer Brothers were definitely nerfed going in here. There was a hidden item here, wasn't there? Coins, if that counts. Yep, there was. Much better. Boomerang Brother and Sledge Brother to complete the ensemble. Another one. So this used to bother the heck out of me, that I would always try to get the 3 leaves in here, and then I'd die multiple times on the turbo airships. What was this one? Oh, flying fish. Pizza sauce version. Seems like the pitch is off on the pipe sounds. Could be biased, though. I didn't have a stereo television when I was little. Actually, this wasn't in stereo, it was in mono. Alright. This was a nightmare back when I was little. Faster than the regular airships. I actually think this was harder than the super tank at the end of World 8. Oh look, big one, that's it, right? Nope. I think it was this jump that was the biggest problem. And then the rest was... way easier It was way easier when you had beaten the game once already, coming through with all P-Wings on New Game Plus mode. It wasn't called New Game Plus back then, but that's basically what it was. Foreshadowing. Oops. You know, this whole thing of playing these old games again, this experience of being thrown back to square one has really been humbling. Because that is exactly the problem. This is the stage that gave me so much trouble back when I was little. It was, you know, I considered this harder than most of the rest of World 8, simply because it was scrolling really fast. You had all this stuff to dodge when making all these jumps. If I played this all the time again, I'd probably have everything down ice cold again pretty quickly, though. There it is, finally! Flagship of the fleet. This is a flying boom boom, if I remember right. Yes, it is. Fix that in a hurry. I often wonder if Boom Boom as a boss was a reference to the Ninja Turtles, because he kind of looks similar. Ninja Turtles were popular around the time that this game was coming out. Slide the slope. And we went from... Ah, that's right, the really dark area. But still, compared to the turbo ships, this was easier. It was great to see something resembling a normal stage in World 8. There's only two of them, actually. There's this one and the one that's after it. Then there's a fortress, but in terms of just regular old stages... Oh, now I gotta wait even longer. There we go. I'm sure people have done worse in... I'm sure people have done worse in Super Mario Maker. Well, no more items now, so... I'm gonna get my ass handed to me by World 8 in a game I beat decades ago. C'est la vie when you've been out of this scene for so long.
Epic fail.
Another moment of failure brought to you by Rusty Deadbolt Gaming. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, here we go. Gee, why? Totally forgot about this earlier. Yeah, and unfortunately the boo is going to keep following me the whole rest of the way. Haha! That worked out! Actually made it through a stage. Good stuff. But we're getting to, oh, 8-2. There was something down at the bottom of that. I don't want to deal with it, though. The 16-bit version of this was the... The 16-bit version of this is the site of a very comical Ret Supre from back in the day. If you want to see it, type "What the Censored" into YouTube. No, seriously, those 3 words. WHATTHE censored. CENSORED, for those who think I can't spell it. Yeah. Apparently, the guy trying to do a Let's Play this Couldn't handle those blocks. I knew it. I knew it. Understandable if you... I think that's part of the rose-tinted goggles of all of this. Wow, that was just dumb. Why do I keep doing that? But at least we have continues in this game. But I don't really feel like dealing with the turbo ships over again. I think that's part of the nostalgia, though. We remember when we had these games down ice cold when we were little. We don't realize just how rusty we're getting at them as time marches on. And so we see somebody who'd never played the game before making a Let's Play, and they're getting stuck on stuff like this, and they're like, oh, we'd never do that. Think again. You just never know.